Hi viewers, I am Jagan, Associate Professor, KM College of Pharmacy, Madurai. In anatomy physiology, the today topic is erythropoiesis. What do you mean by erythropoiesis? Erythropoiesis is nothing but the synthesis of RBC. Synthesis of RBC. From where it's synthesized? It's synthesized from the bone marrow. So erythropoiesis is nothing but the synthesis of the RBC from bone marrow. Which bone it synthesized? It mostly synthesized from long bones in our body, particularly femur, tibia, fibula, humerus. These are the bones. Mostly synthesized from long bones. It also synthesized from ribs and sternum. And what are the things essential for the synthesis of RBC? These are the three things essential for the synthesis of RBC. The first one is iron, and the second one is the vitamin B12, and the third one is the folic acid. These three things are essential for the synthesis of RBC. So, erythropoiesis is nothing but the synthesis of RBC. From where it is synthesized? Bone marrow. Which bones? Mostly from the long bones. It also synthesized from the ribs and sternum. And what are the things essential for the synthesis of RBC? Iron, vitamin B12, and folic acid. Now let's see how the synthesis of RBC, I mean erythrocyte, is take place. So here, the bone, there is a part inside is known as bone marrow. In this bone marrow, it contains the stem cell that is called pluripotent hematopoietic stem cell. It is present in the bone marrow. This pluripotent hematopoietic stem cell is converted into burst forming unit. Burst forming unit, erythrocyte. Because this first forming unit is common for the even WBC and platelet. So I have written here it's a erythrocyte cells. Burst forming unit erythrocyte. Then this first forming unit erythrocyte cell is converted into colony forming unit, or it is called CFU. CFU is nothing but the colony forming unit. This cell is synthesized from the first forming unit. First forming unit converted into colony forming unit. The colony forming unit then convert into the proerythroblast cell. Proerythroblast cell. The proerythroblast cell is arise from the colony forming unit. See the structure of this proerythroblast cell. The size of these proerythroblast cells around 20 micron, and you can see the large nucleus. Here you can see when compared with the normal cell, here you can see the large nucleus, and this nucleus contains two nucleolus. Normally it still have the only one nucleolus, but here is a two nucleolus. And the important thing is, all of you aware, RBC contains a coloring pigment called hemoglobin. This hemoglobin only carry the oxygen and the carbon dioxide. Here, no hemoglobin present in this cell, or no hemoglobin start to appear. Yes, we are talking about the proerythroblast. The proerythroblast cells is around 20 micron in size, and it have the large nucleus. The nucleus contains two nucleolus and no hemoglobin present in this cell. This proerythroblast cell convert into another cell, this cell called early normoblast. This cell called early normoblast. So what is the difference between these two cells? Here it was the 20 micron, now the size of the cell is decreased. Here it will become 15 micron. Early normoblast cell size is 15 micron, and this nuclear envelope disappear. See here, nuclear envelope is there. This nuclear envelope will disappear and release chromosomes from this nucleus. See, chromosome release, and these chromosomes arrange like a network, like a structure over the cell. See here you can see the chromosomes become network like a structure and form over the cell, and this cell is the early normoplast. Remember early normoplast cells, it has a 15 micron in size, and when compared with proerythroblast, here is the nuclear envelope present. This nuclear envelope disappear and release the chromosome, and this chromosome arrange a network like a structure. Now, next stage, this early normoplast is converted into the next cell. It's called intermediate normoplast. This intermediate normoplast, again the size of the cell is decreased. Before it was 10 or 15 micron, now it's become 10 to 12 micron. See, early normoplast 15 micron, here it's intermediate normoplast only 10 to 12 micron. And the chromosomes further condense. See here chromosomes somewhat arranged in the loose. Here chromosome become tight. See, chromosomes become tight, and the important event is take place here, that is hemoglobin start to appear. This stage only the hemoglobin start to appear in intermediate normoplast. See, this intermediate normoplast cell again convert into later normoplast. See, what is the difference? See here, the size of the cell became 8 to 10 micron. See, before it was a 10 to 12 micron, now it's become 8 to 10 micron. And see, chromosomes further condense. And become ink spot structure. See here, you can see the three difference. Here the chromosome arranged in somewhat loose. Here it is tight, again it is tight, and become a ink spot like a structure. And hemoglobin start to developing here. And next important stage is the later normoplast convert into reticulocyte. See, this reticulocyte we call almost RBC, or we can say it is an immature RBC. The size of the cell is slightly larger than RBC. The cell is slightly larger than RBC, and the cells over the cell, reticular like structures are present. Reticular structure present. That's why we call it a reticulocyte. And the next stage, the reticulocyte, it's become the erythrocyte. That is our erythrocyte. See, erythrocyte, all of you aware. See, 7 micron in size. Before it was slightly, the reticulocyte slightly larger than the erythrocyte, and no nucleus, no reticulocyte, and hemoglobin fully developed. Once these erythrocytes is enter into the blood and it is circulate to our body. This is about the erythropoiesis. Erythropoiesis is nothing but the synthesis of RBC. From where it is synthesized? It is synthesized from the bone marrow. And which bones? Mostly from the long bones like femur, tibia, fibula. Now, what are the things essential for the synthesis of RBC? 3 things are essential: iron, vitamin B12, and folic acid. And the bone marrow, the important cell is pluripotent hematopoietic cell. This cell converted into blast forming unit, and this cell converted into colony forming unit. The colony forming unit erythrocyte converted into proerythroblast. The size of the cells is bigger. The nucleus also occupies the maximum space, and the nucleus contains two nucleolus, and this proerythroblast converted into early normoblast. In the early normoblast, the size of the cell become 15 micron, and here in the proerythroblast, nuclear disappear and it release the chromosome. This chromosome arrange network like a structure over the cells. This is called early normoblast. Then this early normoblast converted into intermediate normoblast. See, yes, again the cell become 10 to 12 micron, reduce, and the chromosome somewhat height, and the hemoglobin start to appear. It's an important stage because here only the hemoglobin start to appear. Then intermediate normoblast converted into later normoblast. The size of the cell further reduced, and chromosome become tight and form ink spot. And later normoblast is converted into reticulocyte. What is the difference? It's reticulocyte almost RBC. We call it an immature RBC, slightly larger than the erythrocyte. The reticulocyte converted into erythrocyte. Then erythrocyte is entered into the blood to the circulation. And one more thing, so how many days it take to develop a RBC? See, it will take approximately 7 days to develop a RBC. From here, the pluripotent hematopoietic cell to this reticulocyte, it will take almost 5 days. See, this pluripotent hematopoietic cell convert into reticulocyte, it will take 5 days, and reticulocyte convert into erythrocyte, it will take 2 days. So 5 plus 2, it will take 7 days. So 7 days it take to synthesize RBC. This is about small introduction about the erythropoiesis. Dear viewer, subscribe and like. It will encourage me to do more videos. Thank you.